Selena Gomez has been facing a whirlwind of professional and personal turmoil, from a rumored cheating scandal with fiancé Benny Blanco, to falling out with another longtime friend of hers, Theresa Marie, to major layoffs due to financial issues at her mental health startup Wondermind, which she co-founded with her mother Mandy Teefee. Selena's rumored fallout with Theresa has fans and critics questioning if it was due to Benny Blanco subscribing to Theresa's OnlyFans account and being spotted having lunch with her, where they were seen sitting kind of close to each other. Theresa has been a very close friend of Selena since 2014, and if we get confirmation that there is fallout, this would be Selena's third time publicly falling out with one of her close friends. Now, with the reports of Wondermind struggling to pay their employees, so much so that Selena's mom admitted to having to take a loan out just to keep the place, people are now questioning why Selena isn't using her billionaire status to help the workers keep their jobs and the company running afloat. All this led to Forbes to detail that Selena isn't exactly a billionaire, and it's why she isn't in a rush to jump in and save her company. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Alana here, and today in this requested video, we are going to be detailing all the drama going on in Selena Gomez's personal and business life. It seems as if everything blew up in a matter of weeks, and if you're confused about what's going on and why so many theories regarding Benny, Theresa, and Wondermind are going around, you've come to the right place. As always, before we get started, make sure to give us a like and subscribe for more, and tell us your thoughts down below in the comment section. Make sure to turn those post notifications on so you don't miss a live chat. We do one for every video, and it's a fun little community we got going on where we discuss in real time the drama unfolding in the video. Selena Gomez unfollows longtime bestie Theresa Marie. If you've been keeping up with Selena, or even very lightly keeping up with her, you'll be sure to know one thing, and that is her huge friend group consisting of non-famous girls who have been around since as early as 2012. There are a lot of theories about which friend is a snake, which one is using Selena's money, which one secretly hates her, and so on. It's practically a subtopic on its own when it comes to people who keep up with Selena. So when she randomly unfollowed longtime bestie Theresa, something she's never done before in her less-than-average Instagram activity run, people jumped to figure out why. It all started at the end of April when Selena was seen in LA having a meeting with her closest best friends Ashley Cook, Courtney Lopez, and Raquel Stevens. Now, you all remember Raquel during the My Mind and Me era when everyone was swearing left and right that she was some horrible demon in Selena's life, and as per usual, TikTok and the internet were wrong. Anyway, that's for a different time. When Selena was out having this alleged meeting, she had already unfollowed Theresa. Rumors spread that Benny allegedly subscribed to Theresa's OnlyFans account, and since video of them sitting closely together was noticed, people made the assumption that he cheated on Selena with Theresa. Twitter ran with the theory, with tweets going viral saying she unfollowed her best friend because her boyfriend subscribed to her OnlyFans but did not leave the boyfriend. The media also reported on the story, with all major publications saying the unfollow came from the speculation that Benny and Theresa had a thing going on. The media also reported that Theresa posted Benny's People magazine cover for Sexiest Man Alive on her Instagram story. The theory seems to have blown up everywhere without much evidence besides the fact that Hollywood loves a good cheating scandal. Selena eventually cleared up the rumors by posting a bunch of photos of her and Benny, and posting a photo of her and Theresa in a recent slideshow, but she still has yet to address the unfollow or even follow her back. So it seems like for now, they probably aren't on great terms, but I wouldn't say it's a complete fallout just yet. For those who don't know, Theresa used to be Selena's assistant turned very close friend, to the point where they lived together at some point. I believe the reason why everyone wanted to frame Benny as a cheater without much evidence is that they don't like him for Selena and think he purposefully embarrasses her. They also don't believe that Selena's in love with Benny, since she's still releasing music that ties back to Justin Bieber, even going as far as including an AI recording in one of her songs with Benny where the voice sounds identical to Justin's.
Your arms around me, I need to feel your touch. I'm feeling kinda lonely and I really wanna talk.
People believe she's just settling for Benny and can't see that she could do better, which leads us to my next point of Benny Blanco can't stop embarrassing Selena Gomez. I don't know if his eccentric personality is part of his charm, but what I can say is that Benny needs some media training from Selena's PR team, because he can't help but say the darnest things about her that has everyone going,
"What?"
The latest Benny shenanigan was when he said that Selena used to show up to his house 30 minutes earlier than expected to go on their dates. He said, "When we first started going out on dates, she was so obsessed with being on time. She used to pull up to my house 20 minutes early, maybe 30 minutes early, and she would wait outside."
So insane. When
When we first started going out on dates, she used to pull up to my house minimum 20 minutes early, maybe 30 minutes early.
So true.
And she would wait outside, but she didn't realize that my cameras could see like down the street, and her car would just be parked outside for like 30 minutes. And she would just wait until it was time to come in.
Then he said he knew it was her coming to his place early because his cameras caught her. It wasn't like she texted him that she was going to do that or that they both had some joke about it. He literally found her outside his house because of his cameras. There's so much to say. Showing up that early to someone's house when you were first starting to date gives off signs of eagerness that reads off to people as desperation. Almost as if you really need this to work out, so you're not going to play it chill.
I'm single!
Guys, I figured out the reason why I'm single.
Guess who has a boyfriend? Not me, bitch! Y'all be safe out there!
Last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men.
No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine being single. It's a real thing. It's fine.
And like, I guess he just thought people would like think that's funny because she was like nervous and like excited for the date. But people were like, what? Like, why are you saying that online? Because like, why are you trying to make Selena Gomez look desperate?
Second, why is she the one driving to him? Isn't Selena all about courtship and the gentleman traditions from the 80s or something?
It just used to be so different. It used to be the men had to be gentlemen in order to get one girl's attention. And now it's like reversed. Now it's like they're disrespectful and then they're just kind of there. It's crazy to me. We're not afraid to just be confident in who we are, and if a gentleman can't handle that, then that's not it.
It also begs the question, what kind of man is Benny to set up dates with Selena where she's the one picking him up? It's like he's getting all dolled up in his room and Selena's the one waiting outside in a car.
Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
TikTok would say that he's putting her in her masculine energy.
The first red flag for Selena Gomez would have been that she's like dating this like multi-millionaire guy and she has to drive to his house to like pick him up, or like he's not coming to pick her up and like take her out, or at least like sending her a driver.
And not only is everything about what he's saying weird, but why wouldn't he just invite her inside if he knew she was outside waiting for 20 to 30 minutes? You could have simply just said, hey, if you're here early, you know, you can come in. And the last issue with this is that why would Benny go out of his way to reveal that?
Need I say more? You picking him up is crazy work.
He has to know by now that from his mouth alone, he's given us like 4 or 5 different examples of how Selena's the one who chased him and is basically settling for him. He admitted it was Selena who asked him out, and when she asked him out, she thought it was a date while he thought they were just hanging out, so she said, I would have worn something different for this date, and he goes, wait, we're on a date?
How do you act? She asked me out.
What? It was crazy. And I didn't even realize we were on a date. And she was like, well, if this, you know, I would have worn something different to this date. And I was like, wait, what? We're on a date? I had no idea.
She said that?
No idea we were on the date.
It was so crazy. When we went out on our first date, I didn't even know it was a date. She was just like, well, I would have worn something different for this date. And I was like, what? We're on a date?
He also revealed that Selena's the one who said I love you first, which ended up being the theme for their relationship when they debuted an album together titled I Said I Loved You First.
Who said I love you first?
Benny revealing these things about Selena has had her fans concerned that he's trying to embarrass her on purpose because he hates the narrative that she's too good for him, which I don't fully believe because I do think Benny loves Selena a lot and has always said and done whatever he wanted, and we're just seeing proof of this. The reason why people make sure to point out the embarrassing side of their relationship might have to do with the fact that her fans have dragged other women in the past for being quote-unquote desperate or stalkers, yet we have Benny revealing that Selena is the one who chased and pursued him, which is fine, but that same energy isn't given to other people, and it's also why the more we find out about their relationship, the more we see Selena's anxious attachment. Benny himself does value Selena, and he has gone out of his way to say he doesn't even know how he got as far as dating Selena because he doesn't look attractive compared to her. He even called their relationship charity, saying that she's doing charity by being with him. I always get suspicious about a person if they engage in too much self-deprecating talk because it goes from being a funny joke to an unbearable personality real quick.
I'm sure the connection is
She's
very
doing charity.
real.
She's doing charity with me.
Right now, physically in New York?
With me.
Yeah, no, I know.
First of all, the dress is 35 pounds, okay? She's carrying a 35-pound dress, and her heels are 8 inches high.
Yes.
And then she has to stand on a bus while we're moving because she can't sit down.
And what did you do?
Nothing. I look like a slob. What do you mean?
But then again, we have to ask the question, does Selena like how often Benny puts himself down to praise her? Maybe this is what works for their relationship. For some, it might be extremely annoying constantly having their partner put them on a pedestal while simultaneously insulting themselves, but maybe Selena does well with a guy who has no ego and isn't afraid to mention how ugly he thinks he is 24/7.
I'm actually so ugly and my features are like so grotesque that I like popped out the other side and now I'm just like...
I don't know, but this is leading social media to jump on the theory that if a girl gives a guy that's subjectively uglier than her a chance, he will start to act like he's the prize instead of vice versa.
Every time I want to like Benny Blanco, he just reminds me that he's another man who's ready to embarrass his woman. What are we doing here? Who let these men know that they was the prize?
Why is Benny Blanco acting like he's the prize? Like, all these like beautiful girls date someone who's just not in their league at all, and they hype up his ego so damn much.
One thing I don't get is that now that Justin has been crashing out, Benny's like, oh my gosh, all the people love me. And then you decide to embarrass your girlfriend.
Some people speculate that Selena and Benny won't make it down the aisle because they keep dodging the question of when they're going to get married and if they're doing any wedding planning yet. Selena is quick to use her busy schedule to explain why they aren't wedding planning, and Benny just sitting next to her, mouth open, looking confused and let down.
Now you're planning the wedding, and I'm sure the music's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely, we're definitely not planning exactly this road, but we do want to make sure that the music's good, and I'm going to let that be his job. So.
Will you be getting married in 2025?
Put an ingredient.
This is not the first time it seems like Benny looks taken off guard with Selena. Another time where this seemed to be happening is on Hot Ones. Benny asks Selena what's his most underrated song that he's done, and she goes, I don't know what song you would have done, I'm sorry, babe.
It says, what would you say my most underrated song is? You don't even know my song.
Do you want some ice cream? Do you want some ice cream?
I don't know. I don't know what song you would have done. I'm sorry, babe.
I just get no answer? All right, cool. I just get no answer? All right, cool. Yeah, don't worry.
Well, you're
To be fair, she probably couldn't think much because her mouth is on fire from the wings, but she's also admitting that she wouldn't know which one is an underrated song because it's not like he's the one singing them, but he does look a little let down. He even says, so I just get no answer, and the host lets him ask her another one.
I just get no answer? All right, cool.
Betty, you can pull another one.
Oh, just ask her another question?
Yeah.
Selena does have a busy work schedule, so they probably talked about wedding planning in private, but this wasn't the first time Selena herself shuts down the wedding planning question.
Do we move on to wedding planning now? Is that the...
No, I'm actually shooting season 5 of Only Murders right now. He has to do some work stuff too, so to be honest, I'm just enjoying us in this moment, and yeah, then we'll get to start the craziness.
Enjoying the engagement.
I, for one, do believe the wedding is still on, and it's not just because Ed Sheeran confirms that he's been invited to Benny's wedding on his lie detector test with Vanity Fair.
Have you been invited to his wedding yet?
Mm-hmm.
Was he at yours?
Yep. Truthful.
Selena reveals that on her wedding day, she'd like to share her first special dance with her grandfather, saying, I will have a special dance with my papa. He's never gotten a chance to walk my mom down the aisle. I want to give him that opportunity. So I hate to break the Selenator bubble, but it does seem as if the wedding is still on. Benny continues with his honesty train by exposing Selena's nervous and embarrassing reaction to their first kiss. Benny said Selena couldn't calm down and that she got so nervous when they had their first kiss that she developed a rash.
I just looked at her and I said, oh, I gotta kiss this girl. and I kissed her right away. Her like heart started beating so quickly and she started getting a rash on her face. And she was so nervous because
I hadn't liked anyone in a very long time.
Then he made a joke that Selena was so grossed out by him because he's so disgusting and repulsive. There he goes again with self-deprecating humor.
Oh, she wasn't allergic to you.
She was, I was so disgusting and repulsive.
Selena eventually admits that she reacted this way because she liked him so much, and up until this moment, she had gone on with what she calls shitty dates. In that same interview, Benny calls Selena insane for showing up to his house early. Selena's company, Wondermind, is in debt. For someone with billionaire status, you wouldn't think the next update about Selena is that her company, which she co-founded with her mother, Mandy Teefee, is in debt and has fired 60% of its staff. The company, Wondermind, focuses on promoting mental fitness through articles, podcasts, and interviews, and was inspired by Selena and her mom's respective mental health struggles. I'm not really sure what the company actually does, but it's basically a free 3 times a week newsletter that sends you different things encouraging and supporting your mental fitness. The first hit the company took in public is when Selena's mom, Mandy, exposed that she had to take a loan out on her house to keep the company afloat since they owed tens of thousands of dollars to other freelancers, including $60,000 to a PR firm. This is on the lower end. Some news outlets have reported that the amount of debt could be higher. When the news broke out, people looked around and said, isn't the co-founder of the company allegedly a billionaire? Obviously, Selena was hit with criticism left and right because how do you have this much money and yet people at your company have to lose their jobs and salary? And this is why I've been telling you guys that Selena isn't a billionaire, and she most definitely does not have that amount of cash in paper. This isn't a drag in any way, shape, or form. People have taken the words net worth and thought it meant how much money you have in the bank. That's not true, and it's why Forbes released an article detailing why Selena isn't a billionaire. A net worth is the total value of everything you own minus everything you owe. A positive net worth means that you own more money than you owe, which is Selena's case. For example, if my assets make up $500,000 and I owe $200,000, then my net worth is $300,000. So even though Selena isn't a billionaire, Forbes is estimating that she has a $700 million net worth, which is very impressive. They also say she is one of the richest celebrities out there, so it's not like the article was meant to drag Selena in any way. Does this mean Selena has $700 million just lying around waiting to be used? No. Someone's net worth includes all their assets, it's not just cash. This means what contributes to your net worth is a house you own or property you have, a car you own, investments, etc. If someone has a net worth of $500,000, that could mean $300K is the value of their home, $100K is in retirement accounts, $80K is in other investments, which leaves you with about $20K in the bank. Obviously, if Selena's net worth is $700 million, she can afford to buy a $35 million mansion. Nobody is calling her poor here, and even Forbes has admitted that she has a significant amount of wealth. Selena's fans use the excuse that Selena bought a $35 million house with Benny to try and drag Forbes, and I must reiterate that $35 million, $700 million, and $1 billion are all extreme amounts of money. Her fans have used the fact that Selena denied giving Forbes a breakdown of her wealth as an attempt to try and drag her, but Forbes has always been clear and accurate when it came to celebrity net worths. They mistook Kylie for a billionaire a few years back and took back that statement when they realized that Kylie and her family inflated revenue figures for her cosmetics company, Kylie Cosmetics. Forbes also accused Kylie and her family of exaggerating Kylie Cosmetics' earnings and net worth and wrote an article titled "Inside Kylie Jenner's Web of Lies and Why She's No Longer a Billionaire." Selena's fans acting like Forbes doesn't fact check is hilarious, and what's even funnier is that they genuinely believe Hailey's camp paid Forbes to write that article. Back in 2024, Bloomberg called Selena a billionaire with an estimated net worth of $1.3 billion. She and her team both slyly confirmed the news by liking the reports on Instagram. Forbes does make mention of Bloomberg's calculations, and the difference is likely because both sites are measuring her ownership stake in rare beauty differently. Going back to Wondermind, Forbes cautiously reasons with why Selena isn't in a rush to put a huge chunk of her money in her co-founded company. They said, the breakdown of her fortune helps explain why she may be somewhat limited in how much money she can or is willing to sink into Wondermind. Most of Selena's net worth is largely credited to her stake in Rare Beauty, which she has a 51% stake. When the news came out about Wondermind failing to pay its employees, Selena's fans rushed to her defense, saying that she doesn't have an active part in Wondermind and therefore isn't in charge of the company's finances. It doesn't really matter if she was active or not. I think her making her entire brand about mental health, yet not helping her mental health company behind closed doors, says enough. It's almost as if mental health is an accessory for her that she gets to dangle back and forth whenever it's time to take accountability for any of her actions. If it were a true passion, rather than a constant public sob story, her company wouldn't have had to fire 60% of its staff. I still think Selena cares about mental health, but not as much as she lets on. I feel like it's just good branding for her to have. Forbes even spoke to someone who claimed that we have to fight with her agent to get her to do anything for us, and she rarely does. The person also exposed that Selena only met with the staff once in 3 years. A spokesperson for the company combated that statement and said that's absolutely not true. So who knows what's going to happen there? There haven't been any updates regarding Wondermind, but we'll keep you guys updated on more things Selena to come. We do have a video coming out about the public smear campaign going on with the Biebers, so be on the lookout for that. I know some of you will watch this video and go, talking about Selena's wealth when TMZ saying Justin's in debt to Scooter, and the only thing I have to say to that is there will be a video coming out about it. But don't worry, we'll talk about the Biebers and whatever they're going through in another video coming soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below about Benny and Theresa, Selena and Benny, and Selena's company Wondermind. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.